battle.
Hello and welcome to a very exciting part of our Smash Brothers tournament here at Resurrection. Bring up our tournament standings. Today we have 3 matches for you today. 3 whole matches. Up first in the winners bracket, round 3, their semifinals before the championship. We have Cage on red, Xander on blue. Both of them gone undefeated, still sitting in the winners bracket. Then after that we'll have Daniel and Eric, and Lucky and Gavin. And I believe we're just going to get right into that. Xander and Cage, very competent players. As I said before, haven't dropped a match, either one of them yet. And we are just going to get right into this. Odd pick from here, Cage, Little Mac. A little bit of unknown, maybe known information. Boxer type character, so in a platform fighter, it is a little hard to play him because you are going to be at the risk of getting sent off stage. I think a little earlier, you might have been able to catch your practice matches, and it was a little bit of difficulty getting back. Pichu, you have seen, I think, some of our post matches, just like that, as I was talking about. Little Mac, especially with Pichu, who can kind of send you a bit off the stage. But not to downplay Cage at all, he has been making some great work. Little Mac might be great up against Pichu. Pichu, very strong character, but as you see, he's damaging himself with those electric type attacks. He's gonna be building up damage on himself. But he's able to drag him down with that down B, and it's already 3-1. Cage is gonna have to try something, but I'm not sure if Xander's gonna let him. Sent off stage again, and he's dragged back down. That was very quick first match. That's not what you want to see if you're Cage. I don't know if he's sure, and his choice of Little Mac seemed pretty excited. He's jumping around, but I'm pretty sure a lot more stomping now. They're both standing, it seems. It doesn't seem like a game in which they're, you know, easy on their feet. And now we're seeing Cage go to what he's used to, K Rule. He might actually struggle a little. I've played Xander a lot, and as you know, I do play some K Rule, so he might be more used to how this game plan works. He's sticking with the Pichu. Pichu's going to be very good against this bigger character. He's able to get more of those hits in. K Rule. K Rule does have 2 big advantages over Little Mac. One, as you saw, was that cannon and his crown. He's able to keep him at range and kind of give him some more time. And that damage is another big one. Each hit taken a lot more than what Little Mac could deal. And right there, he's stopping his recovery with that crown. And he's holding him at ledge. And that's going to be a very early elimination, 88 for Cage. But now he's put back in that situation. And he's able to, this time, hold himself up. He's not going to let the drag down happen. But he's on the ledge. Now he's playing the range game. Pichu does have some projectiles of his own. They stop the cannon, but not the crown. The crown's able to go through them. That's another. Seems like Xander does have a bit of a strategy here. He knows Pichu's always going to be able to get back up. Even K. Rule has great recovery. Struggles with just how hard that drag down is. Cage holding him at ledge. Wants to keep him there. And he's able to get another elimination. This is a complete turnaround for Cage. Up 2-1, only 57. And Xander gonna miss that drag down. He's stressing. He needs to get this early elimination. He needs to tie up this tight. And it's gonna be there. I heard Cage not having it. Doesn't seem to be happy losing that stock lead. And he's immediately gonna lose some damage too. Xander, he's not gonna let this go on. This isn't a match with a lot of back and forth, Xander thinks. And Cage maybe puts that up special up a bit too early. He's got himself already 120%. That's optimal kill range. And that's going to be it. I think that is it, unless I misinterpreted that first. Yes, our first game already, winners brackets. That means, I believe that is third place at minimum. Yeah, third place right there went to Cage. Really good player there. I think Cage, for coming in very new, bit new to Smash, he's put in a lot of the work, and obviously he's grade 10, so we'll be sticking here, and I'm pretty sure in time he could definitely clear up to get that first spot. But he is going to be dropping down into the elimination bracket. As I said earlier, neither of them have lost. Neither of them have gotten to that second life. So Cage technically is still in the running, and he's guaranteed, I believe, at least third. Third or fourth, actually. He's going to be placed. I'll switch our displays a little here. Show you what's going on here. Cage will be moving to that solo bracket that's waiting right at the end. And so that guarantees him at least third or fourth. Excuse me. Next, I'm trying to see who it looks like we're playing. I think we're going to get right into Lucky and Gavin. Give me just a second. I'll see when our players are ready. And we are back. So yes, we will be going to that, technically not lower bracket, but it is still within the elimination bracket. We're going to be having Lucky up on red, playing his usual Greninja against Gavin on Corrin blue. Elimination match this is. So whoever's out is out. They will be our third elimination. They'll be getting, I think, 5th place. So they're just outside of the top 4 placements that you usually want to see. They're going to get right into this. Gavin, as you remember, definitely having a standout performance in his own match. Seems like we're experimenting a bit. Yeah, alright. I wasn't sure if they were running practice, but it seems like they're right into it. A lot of jumpy gameplay over here. Lucky able to capitalize off of just how nimble Greninja is. Excuse me, he's dropping some stuff in the set here. It's a very exciting game, though. Gavin, able to keep at range, though. He's going to have a bit of reach here. It's definitely a match, seeing how far you can get in and out of this. And you see right there, that stun is going to be very useful against Greninja, because that's going to stop his approach. The counter, as you see, both of these characters have a counter, but Lucky is not often one to use it, so Gavin might actually have that against him, able to take his, smash attacks, his stronger moves. Looks like Gavin actually has him on the retreat here, bouncing him up in the air. Both pretty even percentages. Lucky having to play a little more reactionary, see what Gavin goes for. He's not going for his usual confirms. Because Gavin right there with the smash attack. Like he's able to keep him at range. Corrin and Greninja, very similar characters in some aspects. They both have a pretty strong projectile. Both have some good range. They both can struggle to get that kill, but not Lucky. Sending that water shuriken right to the edge. You don't expect it, and you're going to have to make some plays if you want to avoid it. And he comes back in. This is where Greninja shines, just getting that quick damage. But Corrin, Gavin using that counter again. I think he's getting a good read on his usual approach, and he's even interrupting his usual combos. Lucky here, maybe using that too quick. Oh, but Gavin choosing the up smash, and he misses it. This is a really tense game, and Gavin able to luckily get that stock before he gets too high in percentage. Lucky's coming back, and he's gonna get him right back to where there's no rest in this game. This isn't like Xander with the Pichu able to kind of bully that little Mac. Lucky comes back. Each of these players always come back and are sure to show that they are in this fight. This is an elimination match, but none of them want to be there. No one wants to be out just before that top 4. Lucky able to juggle him, keep him in the air. Gavin luckily getting back to the ground just to fall back in. Gavin, I think, is going for those smash attacks. Maybe a bit too early. 60 isn't exactly the range, and I think he's learning, he's adapting maybe. And that was, I was not believing that. That was incredible use of Corin's reach. Getting Lucky out, having a bit of a stock lead here. Is he going to be able to capitalize off of it though? No, because Lucky getting that stock before anything has happened. And he comes right in. This is a tense game. Gavin, no term other than underdog. He started with a little bit of a shaky match, but he's out here playing players who, for a lot of us here at Rez, have thought we're way better than him. I'm pretty sure in our standings right now of more personal leaderboards, Lucky is 4th, and Gavin has only recently moved up to top 8. I would be willing to place him, even higher, 6th, 7th, like somewhere up there, because he is putting in a performance. These games matter. Even percentages here. Lucky definitely trying to get in something quick and something easy. Doesn't want to risk it, especially with how that last stock went. That forward smash. And he's able to throw him off again. But Gavin dodging in. He's getting juggled again. He's going to have to do something about this. Able to parry that smash attack. It comes down to the wire. Next hit might kill. Both at very high percentages. Both playing pretty defensive. But Lucky's able to come in. I'm hearing some cheers. I'm hearing some cries. Very tense game here. Lucky takes what was just the first match. That was 5 minutes of what I would like to call beautiful Smash gameplay. That is why we play this game. And I'm pretty sure that is why we want to run these tournaments. Because you really get to see these players shine under so much stress. They're keeping to the same. They're keeping to the same. This is probably the most electric I've seen in the room. I think a lot of people, even here, are cheering on Gavin. And they're going to be getting right into it. Gavin. I think he's learning from before. He's using less of those smash attacks when he doesn't need to. He's willing to fall a bit more into the neutral. Lucky keeping with his very nimble, fast in and out approach. And it's seeming to work for him right now. As I said earlier, Corin and Greninja, very similar characters in their game plan. They have pretty strong moves all around, and they also have the tools to get you to those percentages where they matter. Kind of a jack of all trades. But that's also the issue, master of none. You see, Lucky over there has to work for his kills, and sometimes they don't even. He's throwing out moves now. He's just hoping, can I get Gavin out? But Gavin, with the unusual getup, is able. He's holding counters. He doesn't want to get out this early. He knows they're a bit more even. Gavin, great recovery game here. He's holding on to 170. And he's going on the offensive. He's putting Greninja off stage. And both at that 100%. And Gavin, using that forward smash, I think he's using a bit more up-close conditioning Lucky, thinking that it's not that long-range move that it can be. And Gavin, I think, has also learned to make more use of it when he has that stock advantage. Even when he clears out, he's gotten a nice 30%. And on an even match like this, it's very hit for hit. Lucky here. Lucky just jumping. Playing a little bit of more of a platform here. He knows he's going to have to get in and even that damage out. Lucky a bit better with his combos. He's getting maybe 20, 30 off of each hit. But Gavin, I feel like, is able to make each of those individual hits, those smaller hits, count for something. He's pushing Lucky off stage again. Forces him into the same recovery. That Shadow Sneak, is pretty nice because you're not sure where he's going to drop if you're not watching the Shadow. So off stage, It is kind of hard to track where he'll be. I'm wondering if Gavin is going to be willing to go off stage and kind of pressure that. But he gets another forward smash. Another early kill. Gavin might be the true underdog of this tournament. A showstopper for sure. Using that side special to hold on to the ledge a little bit. And it's coming down to the wire here. Pretty sure their last match definitely getting tense around here. Another 30%. And he's using that side special to hold his recovery and to kind of keep him away. You can see he can dodge after it as well. He can move. I haven't seen him use it to go inwards. But there's something you can do with Korin. He usually goes towards the way he was facing. Oh! And he's going to be going, right as I'm talking about, he's going to be heading in to that water shuriken. Putting it up 1-1. Lucky though, up to 67%. Tense situation, because as we've seen, this is no safe territory against Gavin's Korin. Gavin though getting scared. I think he's pulling off a lot more special moves, the moves that have been saving him a lot of the game. The thing about the special moves is, you know, if everyone's super, nobody's super. If you're using them all the time, they become predictable. They're just other moves. And Lucky, I think, has been reading the patterns. He's been understanding the gameplay more. Very close here. Any missed moves. And that is Gavin interrupting what's usually Lucky's bread and butter, setting him off the top at about 68%. Gavin. And I think Gavin is definitely making a bit of an upset here. Lucky has, I'd say, been a more considerable player. His match did go up against Xander, who is currently up in our championship. So you could view him as a bit of a better character, better player. But Gavin is not having any of that. They're going into the same match. There's no need for switch-ups. In the past, Gavin has been going for Robin, but I think, excuse me, he knows that there's a bit more gameplay here being up close instead of Robin's projectiles. Getting that counter. It's explosive start, 10 seconds in. Both already in that 20%, but Gavin is sending Lucky all the way to that 70. This is a standout performance. I know I've said this for quite a few matches. I've said that this is the match you want to see. This is the match I wasn't expecting to see. And he sends Lucky off stage, forcing him to use that shadow sneak again. Gavin not confident enough to send himself off stage just yet. But he's playing slower. He knows to counter after that dash attack. He knows to put himself in a situation where he's actually closer to the top, so any counter is just going to send Lucky up as well. But I think Lucky knows that he knows. It's a bit of mental gymnastics over here. How well can you read your opponent reading you? I think Lucky isn't actually making much of these individual hits. He's kind of swapped to a bit of Gavin's strategy. A lot more quick touches that don't lead up too much, but also don't leave you as vulnerable. And Lucky's going to take a bit of a stock lead here. Was able to get out the first kill. I think we do see Gavin getting a little nervous here. He's going for some of those drag down attacks. He's leaving himself vulnerable though. He's throwing out moves. I'm not sure if this is for the best. But he is able to get that counter. And he is able to keep Lucky right where he wants him. He's going to fly off. And that is... Oh, that should have been a kill. But I think he went the other direction. He was given a bit more time to hold himself off. I'm not even sure if our players really know this. You can delay your elimination by just holding towards the stage. I think Lucky was able to make use of that. Lucky with his usual shadow sneak. But that stun itself is just going to send him off. Gavin, though, has taken 81%. But he's going to come back. And he's found out. He knows that Lucky wants to get that stock advantage, get that early 2-1. And he's going to be able to get it. Close. But no cigar. Excuse my language. It's a very close game. Gavin making the most of every hit that he can. And Lucky using a bit of just the same strategy, trying to knock him away and use those water shurikens. And he's finally makes use of the counter. I think that's the first counter that we've seen off of Lucky, and it means a lot as he's able to get that early stock around 50% he is sitting at. Gavin, again, in what has kind of been his home, the underdog situation, the underdog position. And he has to make something of it. He has to be able to close out this stock and get to work. And he's going to do just that. I feel like whatever I say, Gavin's right on it. He might be listening in. Close, 57%. Now around 67. So 76. Lucky is just here. I'm in shock. I'm without words. This is definitely a match I wish I could be in there with them, cheering them on. But I'm here with you, ladies and gentlemen. And sadly, right as I look away, right as I'm interrupted, we are going to see Lucky take that game. So Lucky will be moving on. I'll switch to our other display here. I see both players look pretty proud of one another. Lucky is going to be moving up to that bracket. He's going to be playing off against Daniel or Eric, whoever wins this next match here, which, yes, we do have all 3 matches for you here today. And then those two will be playing next Thursday up against each other, and then the winner of that will play Cage, and then the winner of that will be towards our championship. A bit of a complicated thing to, look into the future to see, which is a good talk. We should focus on the present, because right now we have Daniel versus Eric. See who's going to be going up against Lucky, as Gavin is sadly eliminated out of our tournament. And I think we are getting right into it. Daniel over here on red playing some Mewtwo, kind of his second main to Bowser. Eric has been a bit jumpy about his characters, but I think he's settling into the Pikachu. We're going to get right into this match. After such an electric match, no pun intended, with kind of 2 characters using what seem to be electric moves, but, Mewtwo Psychic. After such a match of Lucky's and Gavin, it's hard to keep my attention. But I think we actually have a pretty even game here as well. Eric been in some hard matches here. He's been kind of a bit lucky here. This is actually his first match after Cage because Elijah was a no-show. We're going to have to see how much he's learned. But it seems he is. He's using a lot of those aerials to keep Mewtwo off stage. Mewtwo, despite his size, he is a bit of a floaty character, which especially Pikachu can make advantage of. You see these big attacks. Eric, I think, has something to prove here. He's going, my match, that was an anomaly. I'm not here, to get showed up by everyone else. Daniel, though, no stranger to a good fight. Played against Xander, put up a good fight, and played against Kareem. And I think that was a pretty clear decimation. And I think we see here, Eric's getting a little scared. He wants to close out this stock. It seems like he's only able to get his light touches in. Correct me, wrong. He is able to get that stock in. So we're going to be seeing just what can he do with this lead, because he was able to make good use off of it. But he's not going to follow him off stage, which might have been what he wants to do, because he is falling right into what might be Daniel's hands here. Or Daniel might be falling into his. Forced to play the defensive. He's going for a lot of that, seems like that blink move. I think that move can stun your enemy, and it gives you a really easy time to eliminate. Eric may have unintentionally saved Daniel there with the electricity. I think he would have fallen If not... Oh, we have a brief pause. I think something was just moving about. No foul. Sometimes, you know, some people are picky. If you pause, you forfeit the match. You know, you throw off my flow. I think these players respect each other. That was disrespectful. The half charge forward smash. I think Eric's trying to be like Xander over here, get a bit of that thunder over here, but it doesn't work. As he's now put on the defensive, sorry. He lurches right back into that offense. Daniel's trying to get that percentage up, trying to get a hit. And he's using his jolts against him. He's holding the ledge for a bit. Because he knows, he's seeing that Eric isn't playing ledge. And even though he's knocked off, I think he's learning that Eric is a bit scared to play off stage. Eric, though, he's happy to keep Mewtwo off of it. King of the hill over here. Getting down to the wire here. Daniel, 1 stock, 30%. Eric, 2 stocks, up to around 65. Mewtwo has no issue taking a stock. You see that those big smash attacks do kill actually quite quick. And he does have that Psychic Sphere, his neutral special, that you see him charging up every now and again. You see it, Daniel's just trying to throw at anything. He's just trying to get Eric out of here. But he misses the up smash. It does have a bit of a hitbox. Speaking of which, Eric's able to use his own. That thunder using the Xander drag down and clearing Eric that first game. And technically, not to, you know, talk bad about him, but that is technically Eric's first win. And it was definitely one to applaud. I think now we're seeing a bit of a switch. Moving over Daniel to his main over here, Bowser. Eric keeping the Pikachu, no reason to ruin a good thing that he's got going. They're moving to Battlefield now. I think Daniel has mostly been playing on Battlefields. This may be a bit of home turf. Already seeing there's a bit of a difference here. Bowser, another big character, but he does have that up special. It's able to keep him protected when Eric's getting close. And it looks like a complete inverse. This time Eric's the one getting thrown around. Already at 65%, but he's coming back. But Dano's having none of it. It's a very back and forth. And he reads it. He knows he's just going to roll right in. It's barely been 30 seconds, folks. And he's already gotten the elimination. I think Mewtwo was a bit of experimental play. But when it comes down to it, you know, you have these characters that you don't think will ever betray you. I think you're just going to run with it. Bowser, despite his size, able to make use of these kind of small platforms to cover himself. He's got Eric back up to 100. And he's got him to a 3-1 standpoint, barely a minute in. Folks, I don't know how much show we have left for you today. If Dano keeps playing like this, Eric's going to have to do something about it. I think he is. One thing about Bowser is that he does struggle a bit with recovery. He is a very horizontal recovery character. Often, Eric's leaving him in that circumstance, and he's right back in. Eric playing a lot more defensive. Earlier, he's rushing and trying to use those quick attacks. But Bowser, surprisingly a little bit nimble for his size. The Koopa King. He would have put up a show. I think Eric's trying to... Oh, the platforms! That might have been a smart pick. The platforms are going to, for the most part, stop that down special drag down of the lightning. So I think Eric's going to be stuck trying to either fish him off stage or some... And he takes him to a drag down! And that's 1-1. Daniel, JV2, he takes that third stock just to drag Eric down. No need to fight for that stock when you're Bowser and you have the Bowser Bomb. Able to drag yourself and your opponent off stage. Some characters are able to get back from it. And I think Eric here is getting the choice of stage, and he saw what happened with those platforms. And he's saying, I'm not letting that happen again. And to run back to the last match, Eric, blue, still on Pikachu. Little party hat going, hoping to celebrate something today. Daniel, that Bowser, coming to showed that the first match, sorry, my tongue slipped, and he gets the footstool. Disrespectful. But I think you already see Daniel a bit more in the open now without those platforms. His big moves, those kind of longer moves that have a bit more end lag, that have a bit more security to them. As well, Eric, you're a bit less secure. He's getting caught out by the down smash. He's able to recover, but he sits there. Oh, is that a taunt? I think these players, I don't know what I said about respect. These players have nothing of it in the most friendly situations. But Bowser's on the back foot. Bowser misses his forward smash. Eric choosing not to capitalize too much off of it. I think he's scared to miss the attack. But he's able to kind of poke at him. He's building that percent. What are you going to do about it, Eric? You have him up to 110. All we can ask is he going to make something of it? He keeps going for the lightning. He's getting called out by the Bowser down special, dragging him down, just landing atop of Pikachu. Is that another taunt I saw? He's taunting him. I think he's saying a bit of a coward's game here. I think Daniel very confident that he can win this. Still at 3-2 stocks. It's no uneven match here. But it is true. Eric has let himself get up to that percent. And for Pikachu, that just sends you flying right up to the top last zone. Again, a 3-1 situation. Eric, though, he learns from it. Sends him right back up where he wants to be. And Eric, Daniel with no reason at all, just taunting out of nowhere, gets him caught, gets him carried. 33% side of the stage. I think Eric, though, if he wants to win this, he's going to have to learn to get off the stage. Bowser struggles so much getting back. Pikachu, though, with some of the best recovery in the game. I think he's getting nightmares. He sees the side special. He's getting juggled up again. There's no way out. There's no way in. You can see, I think Daniel's going for it again. He knows he is the life lead. That might be his plan. Get a life lead and then just bring your opponent right off. Eric is going to have to do something about it. That isn't just these small thunder jolts and a quick attacks. Someone cheering, I hear. It's close. But Daniel, able to clear it out. And he will be moving up to face Lucky. As Eric and Gavin today are our eliminations. And I think that we've had some of the best games here today. A lot of pressure. See some people, as disrespectful of a game it was. Some applause, some good vibes between people. We're going to probably be jumping into some group matches here. Oh no, I think what we're seeing here is a little primetime entertainment. Xander playing Daniel one-on-one. Now, a little bit of an extra match for you here, folks. No tournament match, so this won't affect standings. We may see this later in the bracket, depending on how Daniel and Lucky go. This may be our championship match, so we might be getting a bit of a preview of what that will look like. I think these players, they're able to capitalize and off of their own learnings. Xander, of course, star player here, current reigning champion right here, sitting atop of round 5 championship. But Daniel did just play a Pikachu, so I think he knows the plan. He thinks he knows what to avoid. And even though he lost that match, there's definitely some lessons that he's learned. Sends him off stage. He's pressuring him. Unlike Cage. And he jumps over the lightning, but I think he may have misinputted. And he falls down. I think Xander may be a little scared as he gets sent up to the top. It's definitely a good match between these two. I think this is where you're seeing these two definitely close friends, I know, been playing against each other. It is odd. Daniel choosing not to opt for the Bowser that has won him his set here, and instead goes to the Mewtwo. Maybe trying to just prove that he does have it in him. He's able to use that teleport to just avoid the lightning. So maybe I was wrong if Eric, were to throw himself off stage. Would he be able to capitalize off of it? Because it looks like Xander having a hard time to get these stocks when they're not cage dragging down. I think we're going to be seeing elimination here. That, though, there's no escape from it. Getting thrown up to the right to the top. We are going to have to cut this match a little short. That is the end of lunch here, so we're seeing our players begin to funnel out. I think Xander and Daniel here are just going to finish up their match. And we will be back in just about 30 minutes, maybe a little more, for our second lunch round. Now I'll bring that up here. Hopefully we can get back to see the end. So today's match is at second lunch and in just about 30 minutes. I'll catch you right here at the end. Xander was able to clutch up that win over there. It's me versus Lucas. Winner of that will be held in championship, waiting for their opponent. Then we're going to have Merhaba versus Aiden and Gabriel versus Israel. Those are 2 elimination matches. Losers gone from the tournament. And the winners will be playing each other next Thursday. And then the winner of that will be playing against the loser of the winner bracket match. And I just want to thank you, as always, for coming in to the Resurrection Esports live stream. We'll see you in just about 30 minutes. Get 3 more great matches. You'll be with Mr. McKenna for the first match, so as he likes to admit himself. We're getting another match here, a bit odd. A little more of, watch than a commentary, but I will be with you for Merhaba and Aiden and Gabriel and Israel's match here on the Phoenix live stream. Gonna leave you here with Eric on yellow, this is, and Xander on blue. Just a bit of a show as we call it for just about half an hour. See you later, folks.